أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله نستعينه ونستغفر ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعصهما فإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا فقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما فقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم. My dear audiences, friends, brothers, sisters, and those who are watching through Facebook, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is a great pleasure for me to attend this Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil. So at the very beginning, at the commencement of this Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil, I would like to express my deep gratitude to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by saying Alhamdulillah, all praises are only for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, in today's Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil, we shall have a discussion on ayat number 4 of Suratus Shof. I have selected this ayat because of the current affairs. The most popular current affair in the world is now war in between India and Pakistan. As we know, our neighbor country, India, a notorious unbeliever of Islam, an worst country of the world. They are based on Hinduism. They are Hindu. It is not our any headache, but they are anti-Islam. At first, India started to kill the Muslims inside the India. And as you know, the Modi, the killer of thousands of Muslims, has killed the Muslims inside the India at first. Then India has started attack on the neighbor country Pakistan, which is a Muslim country. And they at first commenced the attack most illegally over Pakistan in order to destroy the Muslim country Pakistan. And in reply, Pakistan started counter-attack, and the name of the counter-attack of Pakistan was Bunyanum Marsus. Being Pakistan a Muslim country, they tolerated the attack of India, and they defended the attack of India. All the attacks of the Indian were frustrated by the Pakistani soldiers, and when in counter-attack, Pakistan started to attack India. The counter-attack of Pakistan was named Bunyanum Marsus. It is the word in the Holy Qur'an. And we shall find this word, Bunyanum Marsus, in Ayat number 4 of Suratus Shof. In Ayat number 4, Suratus Shof, we shall find these two words. Bunyanum Marsus is the attack on the basis of which Pakistan destroyed the Indian military. Pakistan has destroyed the false pride of India. And at last, Indians were compelled to request United States for mediation of ceasefire. So, in fact, in the recent war in between India and Pakistan, India has been defeated massively by the Muslims. And on the basis of which Pakistan defeated India, the attack of Pakistan has been named on the basis of Holy Qur'an, and the name was given Bunyanum Marsus. So today we shall discuss on Bunyanum Marsus. And this Bunyanum Marsus, we shall find these two words in Ayat number 4 in the Holy Qur'an, in Surah number 61 of Suratus Shof. So at first, we shall go to the recitation as well as meaning of Ayat number 4 of Suratus Shof. Then meaning, first recitation, then meaning, then inshallah we shall go to the elaborate discussion. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله يحب الذين يقاتلون في سبيله صفا كأنهم بنيان مرصوص صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك. I seek refuge, I seek shelter to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the accursed devil, from the accursed shaitan, and I am beginning with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is most merciful, most beneficent. إن الله يحب الذين يقاتلون في سبيله في سبيله صفا كأنهم بنيان مرصوص. Obviously, indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those who fight in the way of Him, standing in the line, standing in the row. كَأَنَّهُمْ بُنْيَانٌ مَرْصُوصٌ, as it is a wall, it is an structure, it is an structure built by cement. Allahu Akbar. Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said the truth, and His prophets and messengers have also said the truth, and we are among the witnesses. All praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the greatest. So this was the meaning, recitation as well as meaning of ayat number verse. I have selected this ayat because the word Bunyanum Marsus is there. Bunyanum Marsus was named by the Pakistani, counter-attack by the Pakistani over India. And on that counter-attack, India has been defeated massively. Bunyanum Marsus means a solid cement structure, a wall. And in tafsir of this ayat, Hazrat Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, the famous Mufassirins of Qur'an, has narrated a hadith, has said that in Arab, the Arab used to build structure, build wall, and before building any wall, before building a strong wall, the Arab used to put one stone over another stone, and in between the gap of two stones, they used to put the small pieces of stones in order to make it strong. And over that stone, they used to build the structure. They used to build the wall. And that structure would have very strong. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in ayat number 4 of Suratus Shof that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves them who fight in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is standing in the line, is standing in the row, and they stand as the bunyanum marsus, the strong structure. And we have seen that Pakistan, a Muslim country, they did not want any war. The notorious country India most illegally gave the blame of killing in Pahalgam. In the inquiry, in the investigation, it came that the occurrence was occurred by the people of Modi themselves. They themselves occurred the incident and blamed Pakistan. Falsely, most erroneously, illegally blamed Pakistan. And Pakistan claimed an international inquiry over the incident in order to bring the truth. But India, they are the culprit. They know if an international inquiry is done over the matter, the actual truth will be revealed and the Modi will be the accused of the blame. And for that reason, they did not respond in international investigation. Rather, they started to attack over Pakistan. They thought that Pakistan is a country as like as a Palestine. As the Jews, the Israel used to attack Palestine, they will attack India. India will attack over Pakistan. But they did not know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with Pakistan. Because Pakistan is a Muslim country. It is Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who will protect the actual Muslims. Earlier on the 5th of August 2024, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has helped the Muslims of Bangladesh by defeating the notorious political party Awami League. And now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has helped Pakistan in order to defeat the notorious country of the world, India. So, in today's Tafsirul Quran Mahfil, we shall mainly discuss on fighting, struggle against the non-Muslims, against the unbelievers of Islam. And fighting jihad, in Arabic we used to say it jihad. Jihad is compulsory upon the Muslims. A Muslim cannot separate struggle, jihad from Islam, because it is mandatory on each and every Muslims, compulsory on each and every Muslims. So at first we shall go to the other ayat of other surah in the Holy Quran. Those are relevant in today's tafsir. First relevant ayat in today's tafsir is ayat number 216 of Suratul Baqarah. In ayat number 216 of Suratul Baqarah, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Kutiba alaykumul qitalu wa huwa kurhul lakum. Kutiba alaykumul qitalu wa huwa kurhul lakum. Wa asa an takrahuwa shay'an wa huwa khairul lakum. Wa asa an tuhibbu shay'an wa huwa sharrul lakum. Wallahu ya'lamu wa antum la ta'lamun. Some Muslims among us, they are very much reluctant in fighting against the non-Muslims in jihad. When the question of jihad comes, they are very much reluctant. But being a Muslim, we must remember that jihad is compulsory to each and every Muslims. And in verse number 216, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Kutiba alaykumul qital. I have made mandatory fighting against the non-Muslims. That means I have made jihad compulsory for you. Wa huwa kurhul lakum. You might dislike it. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Wa asa an takrahu shay'an wa huwa khairul lakum. Remember, what you dislike might be betterment for you, might be good for you, might be welfare for you. Wa asa an tuhibbu shay'an wa huwa sharrul lakum. And what you like, it might be destruction for you. It might be harmful for you. That means some Muslims are not eager in fighting in jihad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, you do not like fighting, but fighting is betterment for you. Fighting will bring welfare for you. Fighting against the non-believers of Islam will bring betterment for you, welfare for you. And some of you think that we shall not take part in jihad. It means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying it might bring harm for you. Wallahu ya'lamu wa antum la ta'lamun. Allah Pak knows, you do not know. So, from this verse number 216 of Suratul Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has completely declared that fighting against the unbelievers of Islam is compulsory, mandatory upon each and every Muslim. So this was ayat number 216 of Suratul Baqarah, relevant in today's tafsir. Next relevant ayat in today's tafsir is ayat number 142 of Suratul Ali Imran. In ayat number 142 of Suratul Ali Imran, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Am hasibitum an tadkhulul jannata walamma ya'lamullahu alladhina jahidu walamma ya'lamullahu alladhina jahadu minkum wa ya'lamas sabirin. Every one of us, all the Muslims, we want to enter, we want to be admitted in the heaven, in the life of hereafter. It is the desire, wish of each and every Muslims. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Am hasibitum an tadkhulul jannata walamma. Do you think you will be admitted in the heaven like this? That means, do you think that you will be admitted in the heaven without taking part in the jihad, without taking part in the fighting against the non-Muslims? Whether Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not see who are eager in fighting and who are patient. So, from this ayat number 142 of Surah Ali Imran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has clearly declared that in order to be admitted in the heaven, we shall have to take part in jihad. We shall have to take part in fighting against the non-Muslims. And you will be astonished to know that India has attacked over Pakistan. This was the conspiracy of USA, Israel, India, Russia, France, United Kingdom, all the non-Muslims of the world, except the China. All the non-Muslims of the world were united in order to destroy the Muslim country Pakistan. But Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was with Pakistan. It is the blessings of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is the mercy of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that has saved Pakistan, that has defeated the notorious country of the world, India. Next relevant ayat in today's tafsir is ayat number 35 of Suratul Ma'idah. Ayat number 35 of Suratul Ma'idah, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu attaqullaha wabtaghu ilayhi alwasilata wajahidu fi sabilihi la'allakum tuflihun. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu attaqullaha. Oh, the believers of Islam, fear Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wabtaghu ilayhi alwasila. Find out a way. Wajahidu fi sabilihi, and fight in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. La'allakum tuflihun. It is hoped that you will be succeeded. Here in this ayat, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to find out a wasila. Here the word wasilatun means good deeds. And among the good deeds, jihad is the best good deed. Allahu Akbar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to do good deeds. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned here, wajahidu fi sabilihi, and fight in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. It is hoped that you will be succeeded. So there are many good deeds in Islam. Among all the good deeds, fighting for Islam, fighting in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the best good deed. Jihad is the best good deed. Next relevant ayat in today's tafsir is ayat number 65 of Suratul Anfal. In Suratul Anfal, ayat number 65, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu hurridil mu'minina alal qital. Iyyakum minkum ishruna sabiruna yaghlibu miyatain. Wa iyyakum minkum miyatu yaghlibu alfam minal ladhina kafaru. Minal ladhina kafaru bi'annahum qawmun la yafqahun. In ayat number 65. And this ayat has been revealed about 1,500 years ago. But the impact of this ayat has come true now, in this age, this ayat has been proved true. Almighty Allah is saying, O Prophet, inspire the believers of Islam in jihad, in fighting against the non-Muslims. If they are 20, they will defeat 2,000 non-believers. If they are 100, they will defeat 1,000 non-believers of Islam. Because the non-believers of Islam are a nation or a foolish nation. They are nation who does not have any understanding. So, by perusing this ayat number 65 of Suratul Anfal, it is crystal clear that a Muslim is 10 times stronger than the Muslims. One solitary Muslim can defeat 10 unbelievers of Islam. Allahu Akbar. And we have seen, India is a very large country. It has 15 lakh soldiers. And Pakistan had only 5 lakh. Their number of soldiers were 3 times than the Pakistan. But although, because of their large number of soldiers, large number of power, large number of military instruments, they have been defeated by a small Pakistan. Because a Muslim is 10 times stronger than the non-believers of Islam, then the Kafir, then the Hindu, then the Christians, then the Jews, then the Buddhist. Allahu Akbar. And this ayat has been proved true. The ayat revealed 1,500 years ago has been proved in today's age. In the fighting in between Pakistan and India one day ago. Allahu Akbar. Next relevant ayat in today's tafsir is ayat number 41 of Suratul Tawbah. In ayat number 41 Suratul Tawbah, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Infiru khifafan wa thikala wa jahidu bi amwalikum wa anfusikum fi sabilillah dhalikum khairul lakum in kuntum ta'lamun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in ayat number 41 of Suratul Tawbah, Infiru, you come out for fighting against the non-Muslims with heavy weapons or light weapons, with your assets, with your own lives in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is better if you knew. In tafsir of this ayat, it has come, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking the Muslims to participate in jihad, to participate in fighting against the non-Muslims. If you are older, if you are younger, if you are rich, if you are poor, if you are sick, or if you are well, if you are rich, if you are poor, it is immaterial. In all circumstances, Islam is asking the Muslims to take part in jihad, to take part in fighting against the non-Muslims. And this has been uttered by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in ayat number 41 of Suratul Tawbah. And in ayat number 73 of Suratul Tawbah, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu jahidil kuffara wal munafiqina waghluz alayhim wa ma'wahum jahannam wa bi'sal masir. O Prophet, fight against the unbelievers as well as against the hypocrites, and fight with them very harshly, very rudely, because they are the inhabitants of fire. What a bad dwelling place the fire is. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us to show our rudeness, to show our hardness against the unbelievers of Islam as well as against the hypocrites. On the 5th of August 2024, we have defeated the Awami League. In fact, Awami League was the unbelievers of Islam. They were actually not Muslims. But when Awami League has left the country, in our surroundings there are many people who are still supporting Awami League, and they are the hypocrites now. Now it is time for us to detect them and show our harshness over them. A true believer of Islam will not show his politeness to the unbelievers as well as to the hypocrites. If the believers of Islam show their politeness, they will abuse this politeness of the Muslims. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to become rude, to become harsh towards the unbelievers as well as towards the hypocrites. So this was verse number 73 of Surah Tawbah, relevant in today's tafsir. Next relevant ayat in today's tafsir is ayat number 111 of Surah Tawbah. In 111 Surah Tawbah, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Inna Allah ashtara minal mu'minina anfusahum wa amwalahum bi anna lahumul jannah yuqatiluna fi sabilillahi fayaqtuluna wa yuqtalun wa'dan alayhi haqqan fit tawrati wal injili wal Qur'an wa man awfa bi ahdihi minallahi fastabshiru bibayyikumul ladzi bayatum bihi wa zalika huwal fawzul azim. The ayat is very clear. We want to be admitted in the heaven, in the life of hereafter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, oh, the believers of Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has purchased your lives and assets in lieu of heaven. That means if we want to be admitted in the heaven, we must spend our lives, we must spend our assets in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are a Muslim. You only used to perform 5 times salah, pay zakat, but when struggle come, you are avoiding struggle. When the call of jihad has come, call of fighting has come, you are avoiding it. You can never be admitted in the heaven, because When call of fighting will come, it is mandatory, utmost for each and every Muslim to take part in the fighting against the non-Muslims. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, I have purchased your life and assets by Jannah, by paradise. That means if we want to be admitted in the heaven, in the life of hereafter, we must fight in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Without fighting in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by our lives, by our assets, we can never be admitted in the heaven. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that earlier nations were also asked for fighting. And this fighting was said, mentioned in the Injil, in the Taurat, earlier books, and in the books of Holy Qur'an, obviously. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, those who will fight in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by spending their lives, by spending their assets, this is a business. This is a buying and purchasing in between Allah and His servants. And in this business, we shall not face any loss. It will be a business of profits, inshallah. وَذَلِكَ هُوَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ. And that will be the supreme achievement for an actual believer of Islam. Now, relevant ayat in today's tafsir is this was ayat number 111 of Surah Tawbah, and now relevant ayat in today's tafsir is ayat number 123. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu qatilul ladzina yalunakum minal kuffari wal yajidu fiikum gilza wa'lamu anna Allaha ma'al muttaqin. Whenever fighting will commence, we might notice the enemies in our surroundings. We shall attack the enemies of our surroundings very harshly, very rudely. It is the command of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in ayat number 123 of Surah Tawbah. And now relevant ayat in today's tafsir is ayat number 10 to 13 of Suratus Shof. We are discussing on ayat number 4 of Suratus Shof, and now relevant ayat is ayat number 10 to 13 of Suratus Shof. Here Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu hal adullukum ala tijaratin tunjikum min adhabin alim tu'minuna billahi wa rasulihi wa tujahiduna fi sabilillahi bi amwalikum wa anfusikum zalikum khairul lakum in kuntum ta'lamun yaghfir lakum dhunubakum wa yudkhilkum jannatin tajri min tahtiha al-anhar wa masakin tayyibatan fi jannati adn zalikal fawzul azim wa ukhra tuhibbunaha nasrun minallahi wa fathun qarib wa bashshiril mu'minin. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, O the believers of Islam, shall I tell you about a business that will save you in the serious punishment in the life of hereafter? And that business is bringing faith on Allah and His Messenger, and to take part in fighting in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with our lives and our assets. And that will be the best work. And if we do this, we will be admitted in the Jannah, beneath which rivers are being flown. And in the last ayat number, in the last portion of ayat number 12, وَذَلِكَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ, that will be the supreme achievement for a believer of Islam. And in the last ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, in the ayat number 13 of Suratus Shof, وَأُخْرَى تُحِبُّونَهَا, and a later news, you will like it very much. Nasrum min Allah, help from Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَفَتْحٌ قَرِيبٌ, and the victory which is very near. وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, O Prophet, give this good news to the believers of Islam. And we have seen this. In the fight in between India and Pakistan, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has helped the Pakistan, helped the Muslims. And by the grace of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Indians have been defeated massively. And they have got the victory. And today, they are celebrating their victory. Allahu Akbar. So, if we fight in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help us in this world. And inshallah, by the help of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we shall get victory over the non-believers of Islam, over the hypocrites. Now inshallah, we shall go with some relevant hadiths. Those are relevant in today's tafsir. First relevant hadith is An Abi Dharr radhiyallahu anhu qala qultu ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ayyul amali afdalu qala al imanu billahi wal jihadu fi sabilihi rawahu al-Bukhari wa Muslim. The famous book of Bukhari and Hadith have inserted this hadith. Both the famous books have inserted this hadith, and this hadith has been narrated by Hazrat Abu Dharr radhiyallahu anhu. He said, Kultu, I said, oh Messenger of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ayyul amali afdalu, which deed is the best deed? Qal, our beloved Prophet said, Al-imanu billahi wal jihadu fi sabilihi, the best deed is to bring faith on Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to fight in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Akbar. Rawahul Bukhari wa Muslim. So according to this hadith, the best work is at first to become a Muslim. And after becoming Muslim, the best deed is to fight in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rawahu Bukhari wa Muslim. Next relevant hadith is An Anasin radhiyallahu anhu anna Nabiy sallallahu alaihi wasallam qala Jahidul musrikina bi amwalikum wa anfusikum wa sinatikum. Rawahu Abu Dawud. This is Sahih hadith. This hadith has been narrated by Hazrat Anas radhiyallahu anhu. He said, our beloved Prophet said, fight against the unbelievers of Islam with your assets, with your life, and with your tongue. Rawahu Abu Dawud. Next hadith is An Ibn Abbas radhiyallahu anhu qala qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam La hijrata ba'dal fathi walakinna jihadun wa niyatun wa ijastanfirtum fanfiru. Rawahu Sahih al-Bukhari. Hazrat Ibn Abbas has narrated this hadith. Our beloved Prophet has said, no, there is no migration after my migration from Makkah to Medina, but there is jihad after victory of Makkah and the desire for jihad. That means jihad is still enforced, and each and every believers of Islam, each and every believer of Islam, each and every mu'min, it is foremost duty, it is utmost duty, it is mandatory as well as obligatory upon each and every Muslim to take part in fighting against the non-Muslims when it will be required. Rawahu Sahih al-Bukhari. And last hadith in today's tafsir is An Abdullah ibn Abi Awfa radhiyallahu anhu qala قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم واعلموا أن الجنة تحت ظلال السيوف رواه Sahih al-Bukhari. This hadith has been narrated Abdullah ibn Abu Awfa radhiyallahu anhu. He said that our beloved Prophet said, wa'alamu, remember, the heaven is under the shade of sword. That means until and unless we take part in fighting against the non-Muslims in the way of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we shall not be able to be admitted in the heaven. Now time has come to take part in the heaven, to take part in the fighting against the non-believers of Islam. After the 5th of August 2024, the notorious political party Awami League has fled from this country. They have taken shelter in the notorious country India. Now they will try to attack on us. So it is the high time for the Muslims of this country to take preparation to fight against the notorious country India. And when the fight in between Bangladesh and India will take place, that will be the jihad for the Muslims of this country. So we should take preparation to take part in jihad. When jihad will be commenced, when fight will be commenced, it will be our utmost duty to take part in fighting against the India, against the notorious country India. Now inshallah, so I again express my deep gratitude to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has helped Pakistan in achieving the massive victory over India. Now inshallah, we shall pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before offering prayer, let us recite durood upon our beloved Prophet. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma amin. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبرنا وذكرنا وأنثانا. اللهم من أحييته منا فأحيه على الإسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الإيمان. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. ربي زدني علما. أستغفر الله. اللهم إني أسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. Wallah, we have discussed from your holy book, Holy Qur'an, and Sahih Hadith of your Prophet. We have made mistakes. We have made many mistakes. Please forgive our all mistakes and accept this Tafsirul Mahfil. O Allah, forgive our all sins. O Allah, increase our sustenance. O Allah, give victory the Muslims over the non-believers of Islam. O Allah, save the Muslims of India. O Allah, save the Muslims of Pakistan. O Allah, save the all Muslim country of the world. O Allah, save the Muslims of this country. O Allah, save the Muslims of the Palestine, Afghanistan, all over the world. O Allah, give the final victory to all the Muslims of the world. O Allah, you know what is in our heart. Please fulfill our all good desires of our heart. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.